My name is Maya, and today I would like to talk about how I make internet friends. The phrase internet friend is a relatively new one to me. I didn't make my first internet friend until about 2 years ago, and I think that has to do with how I made friends and used the internet while growing up. To give you some context, I was born in the 80s, and I remember what it was like to have a childhood before the internet. Back then, the way I made friends was by playing with kids across the street, sitting next to them in class, or riding in a minivan packed with fellow soccer players. I had to go outside to make friends. Before the internet, man, those were dark times. But even with all these opportunities to meet kids in real life, I was not good at making friends. I was short and shy and terrible at initiating conversation. In fact, my only memory of initiating a friendship is from the first day of 2nd grade, when I turned to the girl next to me on the swing set and said, "Hi, I'm Maya. Want to be friends?" And then I made her shake on it. I always let the kids come to me, which is a really hard way of making friends when you don't talk or do anything to let people know you exist. So I took up juggling, which attracted some kids and proved to be a good icebreaker. I also threw myself into art, which gave some kids a reason to talk to me, and I even got requests for drawings. But even then it was hard to find kids I really connected with. Throughout middle school and high school, while my peers were waist deep in AOL Instant Messenger and MySpace, I was still dealing with dial-up. I was only allowed on the internet for 30 minutes a day, and that was to do homework. So, internet friends was not a part of my vocabulary growing up. And then I got to college with high-speed internet, and I discovered what Facebook was. And yet, I still didn't friend anybody that I knew solely from the internet. In fact, my own Facebook rule was, I will only friend someone if I've had 3 separate real-life conversations with said person. So I made some college friends that way. But college friends, like high school friends, come and go. And suddenly I'm 22, working a 9 to 5, and wondering how to make friends to spend my nights and weekends with that didn't involve joining a book club. That's when I discovered YouTube. And it was through videos and comments that I started finding people that I wanted to be friends with. But as a shy person, I was still faced with the problem of initiating a friendship, this time online. What was I supposed to say? Hey, I like that comment that you wrote in that Vlogbrothers video, let's be friends? I was afraid to be left hanging by sending a message like that, so I spent years lurking in the comments. I felt like the only way I was going to make internet friends was to meet them in real life first. So I attended my first YouTube event by traveling across the country and attending Buffer Festival. And it was perfect. Not only were there people that I clicked with instantly, but I was the one initiating the conversation. I came back from the trip, followed them on their social media, and to this day we still keep up with each other, celebrating successes and talking about things that even go beyond YouTube. Throughout the next year, I got more confident with making internet friends. I'd see posts on Facebook groups, and I'd send friendly little messages to people and make internet friends that way. That's actually how I met my roommates for VidCon 2014. Today we still keep in touch with a group thread that ranges from discussions on YouTube culture to the One Direction fandom. I've also gone to Nerdfighter gatherings in the last year and made friends that way. Twitter was how I found one of my roommates for this year's VidCon. In fact, by the time VidCon 2015 rolled around, I had a bunch of friends that I was excited to see. Some were people I'd known in real life before VidCon. Some were people I'd met at last year's VidCon. And others were people I'd only ever known through the internet. This year's VidCon was a fantastic experience, because I got to hang out with people that I really liked and had met on my terms, in my comfort zone. These last couple years of making internet friends has been such a new and exciting experience. And throughout it, I've learned to change my definition of internet friends. I used to think of internet friends as people that you had to meet online first. If you met in real life, cool, but you always had the internet to keep you in touch. Now, though, I would define an internet friend as anyone with a love for and understanding of internet culture. I may know them in real life first, or I may only know them online. I value the far and few between interactions that we have in real life, but I'm grateful for the many opportunities we have to share in our experiences online. Thank you so much to Nerdfighters Info for having me on here this week. If you'd like to chat about your experiences with having internet friends, I'll be hanging out in the comments or in any of these places. If you'd like to see more of my content, I make videos on We Are St. Elmo's Fire, a collab channel for recent university grads finding our way through the post-grad life. Thanks so much for watching. Ashley, I'll see you tomorrow.